Hello friends, welcome to Learner's Planet. Friends, this is our third session for allegation and mixture. And I hope you are enjoying this technique and you might have revised the previous two sessions. And definitely you have gone through the sessions of percentage, ratio and proportion and profit and loss. Okay, now in this session we'll be doing some more problems and some more areas we'll be covering. Let's begin the first question. Now let's see this question. A man bought goods worth rupees 6,000 and sold half of them at a gain of 10%. At what gain percent must he sell the remainder so as to gain a 25% on the whole? Now some portion at 10% profit and some portion at X% profit, and overall there is a 25% profit. So it is 15 over here. Now 25 should be less than X. So it is X minus 25. Now since half the quantity is at gain of 10% and half the quantity is at the gain of X%, that means both of them should be equal. So we can say X is equal to 40%. Then overall profit is, the remainder should be sold at 40% profit. Okay, and alternatively, suppose one part is sold at 10%, okay, and one part is sold at X%. Total two parts are there and overall profit is 25%. Okay, so X is equal to 50 minus 10, it is 40. So it's very simple. You can choose any of the methods. Just revise it over here. One part, since both the parts are equal, one part is at 10%, one part is at X%. Overall, there is a two part. So we are getting average profit, which is 25% as given. So X will be 40%. Okay, I hope you are getting my point. Now let's see this question. A fruit seller has 24 kilogram of apples. He sells a part of these at a gain of 20% and balance at a loss of 5%. If as a whole he earns a profit of 10%, the amount of apples sold at a loss is, okay. Now some portion he is selling at 20% profit and some portion he is selling at 5% loss. I'll be putting a minus sign over here since it is a loss, and overall there is a 10% profit. Okay, so 20 minus 10, it is 10, and 10 minus 5, it is 15. So 5, 3 and 5, 2. Okay, so it is 3:2 ratio. That means 2/5 part he is selling at loss. Okay, that is 48 by 5, or we can say 9.6 kilograms. I hope you are clear. Now let's see this question. Friends, we have done so many questions on the topic, and I would suggest you just pause the session and try the problem on your own. Then match your solution and answer with mine. 2/3 of a consignment was sold at a profit of 5% and remainder at a loss of 2%. If the total profit was 400, the value of the consignment was. Now, some portion is being sold at 5% profit and remaining at 2% loss. So it's -2 since it is a loss. Overall, there is X% profit. Okay, so it is 5 minus X and it is X minus -2, that is X plus 2. Now this is 2/3 part and this is 1/3 part. That means the ratio between these two is 2:1. So X plus 2 over 5 minus X is 2. We can calculate the value of X. X plus 2 is equal to 10 minus 2X. So 3X is equal to 8. X is equal to 8 by 3%. Okay. Now the cost price is CP. So 8 by 3% of CP is 400. That means CP is 5 into 3, 15,000 rupees. Okay. It's a very simple problem. You can do the problem in seconds. Or alternatively, you can find the average profit, that is, this is 2/3 part and this is 1/3 part. That means 2 part is being sold at 5% profit and 1 part is sold at 2% loss. So its minus sign is denoting loss. It's 1 into 2. Overall, it is 3 part. Okay, so it's 5 2s are 10 minus 2, 8/3% is overall profit. Okay, and it is equivalent to suppose cost price is X, so 8/3% of X is 400, so we can calculate the value of X, okay? Or we can say 8/3% is 400, then what 100% is? So it will be 15,000. You can choose any of the methods. Now let's see this question. A milk vendor buys milk at a certain price per liter, adds water and sells the adulterated milk at the same price per liter as he bought. He makes a profit of 30%. What is the percentage of water he added to milk? Okay, now let's assume the cost price of the milk is rupees 100 per liter. Now he's mixing water to it. The price of water is 0 rupees per liter, and we have to find out the mean value or we can say mean cost price. Now he is telling that he's selling at the cost price only, but he's making 30% profit on it since he's mixing water to it. So we just find out the mean cost price. That means the cost price of this adulterated milk. Okay, so if 100 rupees is the cost price and it is actually selling price of adulterated milk, that means the cost price of adulterated milk will be 100 by 1.3, or we can say 1000 by 13. So it is the price of pure milk, it is the price of pure water, and it is the price of adulterated milk. Okay, so let's calculate this. It is 300 by 13. It is 1000 by 13. So the ratio is 10:3, or we can say 100:30. So in 100 liter he is mixing 30 liter of water. Okay, so what is the percentage of water? That is 30%. I hope you are clear. Now let's see this problem. In what ratio must water be mixed with milk to gain 16 2/3% on selling the mixture at cost price? When 16 2/3% means 1/6. Okay, that means we have to mix water with milk. As of now, we have pure milk, and let's consider the price of pure milk to be 1 rupee per liter. Okay, and price of water, as usual, it is 0 rupees per liter. And by mixing both of them, we have to sell the adulterated milk, that is the water mixed milk, at rupees 1 per liter. That means the selling price of the mixture is rupees 1 per liter, and we are making a profit of 1/6, or 16 2/3% on that. Okay, now if selling price is, that means selling price by cost price ratio is 1 plus 1/6, that is 7/6. Now if selling price of the mixture is 1 rupee, then cost price will be 6/7. Okay, now is the cost price of pure milk, it is the price of water, and this 6/7, it is the cost price of the water mixed milk. Okay, so just it's 1 minus 6/7, and it is 6/7. So it's milk, it's water. So milk to water ratio must be 6:1 in this case. I hope you are getting my point. Now let's see this question. Friends, I think this question you can try on your own. It is quite similar to the previous one. Just try it on your own and then match your solution with mine. A dishonest milkman professes to sell his milk at cost price, but he mixes it with water and thereby gains 25%. The percentage of water in the mixture is. Now further, let's assume the price of the milk is rupees 1 per liter. Price of water is 0 rupees per liter. By mixing them, we have to sell this mixture at 25% profit. That means the selling price of the mixture is 1 rupee. Okay, selling price of mixture is 1 rupee. Now we have to find out the cost price of the mixture, that is the mean cost price. Okay, so if it is giving 25% profit, that means SP by CP ratio is I can say SP is 125% of CP, or 125% can be written as 5 by 4. That means mean cost price is 4 by 5. Okay, so I just write it over here. So it's 4 by 1 minus 4 by 5, it's 1 by 5, and 4 by 5 minus 0 is 4 by 5. That means 4:1. This is milk, this is water. This is the price of milk, this is price of water. That means milk to water ratio must be 4:1. So if the person sells it at rupees 1 liter, that is the cost price, or we can say the cost price of pure milk, then he'll be making 25% profit. Okay, so I hope you are clear. Now let's see this question. A milk vendor has 2 cans of milk. The first contains 25% water and the rest milk. The second contains 50% water. How much milk should he mix from each of the containers so as to get 12 liters of milk, such that ratio of water to milk is 3:5? Friends, in this container 25% is water and 75% is milk. Let's choose one of them and make a comparison. Okay, so if 25% is water, 75% is milk. So let's take milk, that is 75%, or we can say 3 by 4. In this 50% is water and 50% is milk. So it is half. Okay, friends, we can take either milk or water. In both the cases, the answer will remain same. Okay, and this is the quantity, or this is the ratio of milk from the first container. This is the ratio of milk from the second container, and this is the desired ratio. That means out of 8 parts, 5 parts should be milk. So this is the desired ratio. Okay. So it is 6 by 8 minus 5 by 8, that is 1 by 8, and it is 4 by 8, that means 5 by 8 minus 4 by 8, 1 by 8. That means 1:1 ratio. Okay. So since we wish to make 12 liters of this mixture, that means 6 liters of each, 6 liters from each container. Okay, I hope you are clear. Now, let's see this question. One quality of wheat at rupees 9.3 per kilogram is mixed with another quality at a certain rate in the ratio 8:7. If the mixture so formed is worth rupees 10 per kilo, what is the rate per kilogram of the second quality of wheat? Now friends, various methods can be used to solve this problem. Suppose the price of other type is X rupees per kilo. So we are taking 8 part of this plus 7 part of X rupees per kilo, and in all we are having 15 parts. Okay, I can write parts over here and parts over here, but we'll be taking part as common from numerator and denominator, and they will be cancelled. So doesn't matter whether you write parts or not. Okay, and now this is the average price, and it is actually 10. Okay, 8 kilograms of 9.3 rupees plus 7 kilograms of X rupees, in all it is 15 kilograms. So it is giving the average price, which has been given as 10. So we can calculate it. It's 8 into 9.3 plus 7x is equal to 150. So 7x is equal to 150 minus so x is equal to 0.75.6 by 7. Okay, 7 tens 5 7 8. That means 108 pattern. That means 10 rupees at 80 paisa per kilogram. Okay, I'm sure you are clear. The problem is quite simple. A simple concept of averaging. Now let's say this interesting problem. A man engaged a servant for 60 days on the condition that he would pay him rupees 10 for each day he works and would fine him rupees 5 for each day he is idle. At the end of 60 days, the servant received rupees 480. Find how many days he was idle. Friends, very interesting problem. Let's assume he was working all 60 days. That means total amount he should receive is 600. Okay. Now on the other side, let's assume that he's not working even for a single day. That means he should be fined for 300 rupees. And it will be a negative since he has to pay from his pocket. Okay, so it's idle. Actually, he is getting 480. That is somewhere in between. So from this, we can find out the ratio of working days and free days. Okay, so it is 600 minus 480, it is 120. Then 480 minus 300 is 780. Okay, 6, 13 and 6, 2. Now it is breakup of 15. We want the breakup of 60. So it will be 4 times this. So working days and idle days is 52 and 8. So for 8 days he was idle. Now let's see this question. A man traveled a distance of 80 kilometers in 7 hours, partly on foot and at the rate of 8 kilometers per hour and partly on bicycle at 16 kilometers per hour. Find the distance traveled on foot. Okay, now let's assume he's covering the entire distance, that is 80 kilometers at the speed of 8 kilometers per hour. That is the distance covered on foot. Okay, so he must have taken 80 by 8, that is 10 hours. And on the other side, suppose he's covering the entire distance at 16 kilometers per hour, that is on bicycle. So he should have taken 5 hours. But actually he has taken 7 hours. Okay. So 10 minus 7, it is 3 over here, and 7 minus 5, it is 2 over here. That means the ratio of distance is 2:3 covered on foot and cycle. So let's break 80 in the ratio of 2:3. So it's 2 by 5 into 80 that he has covered by walking. So 32 kilometers he might have covered by walking. I hope you are clear. Now let's say this problem. 2 alloys of gold and copper were prepared by mixing metals in the ratio 7:3 and 7:13 respectively. Then equal quantities of the 2 alloys were melted together to form a third alloy. The proportion of gold and copper in the third alloy was. Now friends, we are taking equal quantities of both of them. This is the total 10 parts, that is 7 plus 3, and this is total 20 parts, that is 7:13. Okay, so first let's make both of them as equal. So it is 7:3. So by doubling it, we'll be getting 20. So it is 14 and 6. And it is gold and copper. And this is 7 and 13. That is the second alloy. Now we are mixing both of them. So we'll be getting 21 as gold and 19 as copper. Okay, so the proportion of gold and copper in the third alloy is 21:19. Okay. Now friends, do this simple problem on your own and match your answer with mine. How many liters of 100% concentrated acid needs to be added to 20 liters of 80% concentrated acid to get 95% acid? Okay, so it's 100, it's 80, and it's 95. Okay, so it's 5 and it is 15. That means 3:1 ratio. Now 20 liters of 80%, that means this one part is 20, that means 3 part is 60. Very simple, and I'm sure your answer is matching with mine. Now let's see this question. The average salary per head of all the workers of an institution is rupees 600. The salary per head of 12 officers is rupees 4,000, and the average salary of rest is 560. We have to find out the number of workers in the institution. Okay, now salary of officers is 4,000 and salary of other workers is 560, and the average salary is 600. Okay, so it is officer class and it is rest. Okay, so it is 3,400 and it is 40. Okay, now this is 12, since there are 12 officers, so this is 12. If 4 is 12, 1 is 3, and we have to find out the total number of workers in the institution, that is 340 plus 4, 344. And if 4 part is 12, 1 part is 3, that means 344 part is 344 into 3. Okay, so it's 3 4 are 12, 3 4 are 12 and 1 13, 3 3 are 9 and 1 10. Okay, so the total number of workers is 1032. I hope you are clear. Friends, I hope you might have enjoyed the sessions of allegations and mixture, and you might have learned a lot about it. We'll be taking more such problems, in fact more difficult problems in our coming sessions. Till then, you just revise these particular sessions, and definitely you should take practice exercises which are given in other segment of the website. Okay, so bye bye.